Let me see if it's gonna pop up real quick. Let's give it a second. Should pop up across my phone.
We live.
Live, okay. That's what's up. Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we are the Hebrew Israelites of Mississippi Gulf Coast, coming back at you with another Friday evening live stream. And before we get started, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors are given up to the elder apostles as well as the elders, the bishops, a great millstone, as well as the heads of camps, a great millstone, and great millstone by and large. Shalom also goes out to the sincere Akim that go out and push this word with all true faith and sincerity and teaching the 100% doctrine as it is taught to us by elder apostles and elders. And last but not least, I'd like to shout out a shalom to the men, women, and children who have come back to the obedience of the scriptures and are calling on the names Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, to you all, shalom.
Shalom.
And the title of this particular live stream is D.E.I and civil rights. It's all gonna be done away with. And you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're gonna be to blame. They're already blaming you. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
A few talking points before we jump into the live stream. Donald Trump has come into office, man. He's been in office, I think, around about 9-10 days now. You know, he ain't been at it for 2 weeks, and all kind of chaos and misunderstandings and just chaos has ensued since he's taken that position. And mind you, this is his second go round. But there's no misunderstanding, as concerning the men of the Lord. The things that he is doing, the Trump administration, as far as those executive orders are being handed down to him by his handlers. We understand that Trump is the head of state. He occupies the executive office, but to live in a space of reality, we understand that he has handlers. That's why you see with the damn Jeff Bezos and the what is his name, the guy that owns Google. I can't think his name. Mike Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk. This is talking about in these men have so much as in so many ways gravitated to his administration. So much so you see that Elon Musk is actually at the White House. So these things are not happening by happenstance. These are not just things that are just out of the blue, happening by coincidence. You know what I'm talking about? So again, going back to the men of the Lord, beginning with the elder apostles and the elders and whatnot on down, we have a clear understanding of what's happening. And again, dealing with these different administrations dating back, say we'll go back as far as the Obama administration, you know what I'm saying? Whereas his administration afforded the rights of a union between a man and a man, a woman and a man. You follow what I'm saying? That was made law. I can't remember the particular bill. I always screw it up when I it's with an 8. I don't know, section 8 or preparation H, whatever, But his administration laid the foundations for the things that we're seeing, the things that we have been witnessing over the past few decades. As when you talk about these rights of these minority groups going into the LGBT, the feminist movement, Black Lives Matter, things of that sort here. And these things can be dated back to the civil rights movement. As a matter of fact, these particular agencies like the feminist movement and the LGBT movement was there at the ground zero with the civil rights movement. You know what I'm talking about? And the civil rights was supposed to be afforded to you so-called blacks. You know what I'm talking about? But lo and behold, you had these other groups in the shadows, piggybacking off of the rights that were supposed to be afforded to the so-called black man, woman, and child. You know what I'm talking about? But in the end, you find that the so-called black man, woman, and child still have no rights.
Right.
You know, you still have no rights. But winding the clock up to the Obama administration, these groups like these LBGT groups, they was afforded rights. Things were made legal for them to actually make union between the same sex genders, and then there was afforded rights that were equal to a man and a woman union, the same rights, afforded the same rewards, all the different circumstances that come along with it. They were afforded all of that, and then along with that, they were given laws to protect them. There were laws that was put in place to protect them. You know,
not to cut y'all, brother. I found it too, brother. Hey.
Okay, great. Yeah, talking about that law that he. Bring it in.
It's called the Equality Act, HR. It says 117th Congress from 2021 to 2022 Equality Act. So it's that HR 5.
Would you say from 2021 to 2022?
Yeah.
With the Barack administration.
Oh, the Barack administration.
Yeah, it was actually a piece of legislation where he signed that gave the rights to same-sex unions, and again, leapfrogging on up to where we at now. You know, the acts, the laws that were established, the rights that came along with it. You know, if you were to speak out verbally against certain groups, certain minority groups, whether they be disabled or LGBT, you know, that was laws set in place where there was hate speech, and if you was to act on that hate speech, it was classified as a hate crime. Now, mind you, you so-called blacks in particular, you know, with all the Israelites, you know, the laws have still not been set in place to protect you, especially so-called black man, woman, and child. There's a law called qualified immunity, and it's upheld by the Supreme Court. And in a nutshell, it just gives the legal rights for these so-called cops, you know, to unalive you for whatever cause, you know, and they have what they call qualified immunity, as long as they fall within from their justification justified action, you know, like, you know, they pull you over and tell you to give them your ID or your driver's license. He can assume that you got a weapon and unalive you, and qualified immunity will exonerate him. You feel what I'm saying? So this whole ride has been nothing but an illusion to the so-called black man, woman, and child, first and foremost. And these things that we're encountering nowadays, like that plane crash in Washington D.C., where that Black Hawk chopper ran into that plane. Trump got on the podium and said that D.E.I was responsible for that, and he traced it back to the Barack administration. Man, he took it back there. You know what I'm saying? He laid blame at the feet of these administrations that have afforded this type of behavior, to condone this type of behavior, and then later on you move to the Biden administration. They actually employed them. A lot of them you find that was in Biden's administration, man. You know, transformers. You know, as they call them, cross dressers and whatnot. You feel what I'm saying? And so Trump had made a statement saying that you need to have qualified people that are sitting in these air traffic control towers and whatnot.
Right.
And due to the prior administration, those people were not qualified. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the blame is being laid at your feet, you know, and when you get into that DEI, matter of fact, we're going to pull it up real quick.
I got it.
You got that DEI?
Yeah, the meaning of it.
Yeah, go into the
I can get it in Wikipedia, but it's
Yeah,
basically
pull it
going
up.
to okay, count. It says DEI is stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. It says are
Inclusion. That's a, hold up right there. Inclusion, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And prior to the civil rights movement, diversity, equity, and inclusion was not given to certain groups. You know, hey, shalom, y'all about to shoot me out, shot Brakatah, shalom,
Yeah,
shalom.
that's my shot, brother. Thumb to you, brothers. Shalom.
Prior to the civil rights movement, these groups that I'm speaking of, the LGBT, the feminist movement, things of that, BLM, you can wind it up to present day. They didn't have, there was no agency that gave them diversity, to give them room to get into society and hold key positions like they did in the Biden administration. Matter of fact, Biden's press secretary, Jean Pierre, whatever, when she came into that spot, she said that I'm an openly gay black woman and an immigrant. She made that a statement to say. You follow what I'm saying? So they're announcing themselves. You feel what I'm saying? These people are announcing themselves. And what Trump is doing is saying that these people do not stand or are not qualified to be in key positions. They're not qualified to do this, and they're not qualified to do that. To my and who knows what stance he's coming from, but from a moral stance, to my, but go ahead and read some more.
Okay, Con. It says are organizational frameworks which seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people. It
The
says
fair treatment of all people. See, the Lord has never been about all people. When you get into the scriptures, man, the Lord had divided the nations and gave the best portion to Israel. You know what I'm talking about? So there was always a hierarchy. There was no equality amongst the people, man. That ain't the way the Lord set it up. But lo and behold, the society sets up these things, man. And they piggyback off of who? Jake. They know that you have a moral compass that's beyond them. So they'll slide different legislation and things that wouldn't normally go. If they can get you to agree to it, then everybody else won't be looking at them so funny. You just a piggyback, you know what I'm talking about? And again, you're gonna be blamed for all of this, you know what I'm talking about? Because they weigh in the balance their laws, the morality of their laws, you to agree to, hide behind you, blame you. But you got more. Go ahead, brother.
it
You got
says
precept out?
Oh, no, y'all got it.
Okay, you
it
got it.
says
Go ahead.
it says particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented or subject to discrimination on the basis of identity or
Underrepresented.
disability.
Underrepresented. It's not this LGBT movement unrepresented. You know what I'm talking about? Again, we're not moving away from Jake, because the civil rights movement is based on the suffering and the trials and the tribulations of blacks during the 50s, Jim Crow, all the way up into the signing of that legislation under the Lyndon Bang Johnson. I can't say his what's your name, but he signed in that right. But as we know, by doing research, that movement was founded and funded mostly by, guess what, the LGBT. They just needed a catalyst. They needed a Trojan horse to ride in, to announce
Yep.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's all that civil rights was, because right now, today, the present day, Jake can still be unalived for handing his license outside the window. But you can't do that to a so-called LGBT. You can't do that because they have rights afforded to them and laws that will hold you accountable for you mistreating them. You got it, though, brother. Go ahead.
I got a quick precept for you, brother.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
This is Psalm 73 and verse 9. It says, they set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth, by allowing, the LGB to have that type of power, and just having everything backed, by wickedness, but a forefront of it being for your benefit, man. Okay, let me read again. It says, set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walking through the earth, man, because their legislations, pass all the way through the earth, man. Okay, they're different goddamn, pride this and, oppression that, taking a man land here or coming up with some type of legislation to take away your goddamn rights, take away your authority, so to speak. It's all through the earth by rulership, of this damn devil, Esau, Edom, man. Okay. And everything that they put out, their legislation is against Yahweh Shem Yahweh, against the righteous way, the natural order of things. And just going back to what you said earlier, the Lord set us up, to be above all these people. Gave us the best portion, gave us the earth. The earth was made for our sake. But what they do, man, they take away goddamn the so-called equal rights, which ain't no such thing. They put our ass in a box, and constantly feed us them damn straps, man. You got it, brother.
Hey, but to your point, brother, you're right. There is no equal rights. Again, now I'm backing off that point that brother just spoke on. The Lord set us up as to be the judges of the earth. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're a judge, you're a king, your subjects can't be equal to you. You understand what I'm saying? So what's this equal shit coming from? You know what I'm talking about? We have to use our brains. Jake, we have to use our brains. There's no such thing as equality. And there has never been that. You've just fallen into that delusion of that, civil rights, equal rights. There's nothing equal about this.
I got to appreciate
when you witness it every day of your life, man. The injustice, you got to know, brother.
Hey, just to bag you brothers up. I got two pieces right quick. This Deuteronomy 7:6 just letting it be known, through the scriptures that the Lord did not set it up that way, man. The Lord set it up that Jake should be above all nations, and he clearly separated that we aren't to be equal with these people. This Deuteronomy 7:6, he says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen you to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Now, mind you, Jake fighting for equality, and Jake want everything to be equal and all this even like when it comes to serving their gods, man. Jake say they going into like they say Arminianism, basically a worshiping of all gods and all religion, man. You see, Jake coming up with this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's a no. This Deuteronomy 6 and starting at 14, it says, "Ye shall not go after other gods of the gods of the people which are round about you. For the Lord thy power is jealous God among you, lest the anger of the Lord thy power be kindled against thee and destroy thee from off the face of the earth. Ye shall not tempt the Lord your power as ye tempted him in Messiah." Just going into, Jake just they going after wanting to be equal, and the scriptures tell you to envy not thy oppressor and choose none of his ways, man. Jake, you sat on a high pedestal, but you choosing to be shit on the ground, man. That don't make sense, man. You going after all these gods, they're idols, they don't even exist, man. And then Jake came up with the idols. When you look into it, Buddha, all them, they were drawn dark skinned. They were drawn black, so-called black. They were Jakes, man. Jake came up with all the damn idols for these nations, man. You know what I'm saying? When you look into it, so it's like Jake got to go, man. And Jake being shown that these people they don't want to be level and equal to you, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nothing you want, man. You got it, brother.
Hey, because through the fall of Adam, that's what we're in this position, man. Okay, but through the redemption of Yahweh Shah, and we coming up out of it, man. First through the Spirit, and then the Lord is gonna make it manifest, physically, man. When they are amazed at the strangeness of our salvation, man. But just going back to it, man, they try and goddamn switch the narrative as if, that they top shit and we ain't nothing. That they have actual power over us. No, it's the Lord, okay, giving them that decree to ultimately these different executive orders that Trump is passing. That's ultimately for the punishment of 2/3 of our people, man. But see, we coming up out of it, man. Out of that punishment. Me and the brother was talking, and then you see a lot of these curses being flipped onto these Edomites, man. First off, that in-house fighting.
In-house, yep.
Esau against Esau,
Yep. He being last, You got a precept up?
Yeah, real quick. This is Second Ezra chapter 7 in verse 10. It said, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. We the Lord's portion. And when you go in Leviticus, the 25th, 26th chapter, it tell you how we the Lord's servant, but the heathen were meant to serve us. So how is that equal? You know? But see, the thing, it flipped. Why? Because what? We want to horn after these other nations. So since, like the brother said, you know, we was set on a high pedestal. Why the fuck do you want to come down and be shit on the ground, man? But see, that's what Jake wanted to do, following after these heathen nations. So what the Lord did? Okay, I got a trick for you. These same people you follow after and forsake me for, I'm gonna put them over you and show you how much they give a damn about you. This is verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world. For whose sake? The Israelites. Starting off with the elect. It said, because for their sake I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Meaning we're in that lower state, but again, through the Spirit, and we coming up out of that lower state, man. Okay, seeing the bullshit for what it is, man, and not giving our attention and our energy over to these worldly fucking affairs, man. Staying in a damn a spiritual hamster wheel, so to speak.
Hey, I want to make a little comment real quick, brothers. Now, you just made a comment that we were set up as the standard, you know, for the world to marvel at, you know, but now what has happened by us seeking to be validated by the society, you feel what I'm saying, through civil rights and all these other different agencies and catalysts to where we find ourselves today, they have made us a degenerate in the earth, man.
Yep.
What you said that we will be what? We'll be an astonishment. Is that not a part of the curses?
Yep.
Now you got you bring this up a lot about that nigger culture. Now these people look at us by and large as niggas, and the things that they see these rappers and these entertainers and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? They know the inner workings of, you know, how to get to that higher level in entertainment and whatnot. And then here on the lower level, you have Jakes out here with the pants off their ass and committing all kinds of sins and murders against one another. You know, we just focus on us. We know that these things are prevalent here in the United States amongst all groups. But guess what? Jake is being made the focus, even with this DEI, the abolishment of civil rights and whatnot. They're saying in so many words, hey, we gotta take back control, because who the blacks mostly favor in this political society? The left. And through your acknowledgement, Barack Obama, Biden, we're just gonna deal with the last three administrations. You have okayed and thumbed up this shit, man. And what they say, they're setting Trump up to be some type of savior from the right, you know, to come and say that enough is enough. These people don't have the whereabouts to be able to rule and to govern. You feel what I'm saying? If they allow all this madness. And what they say, 80% of the vote goes to who? Of this black vote goes to where? To the left. So if you can't see that they're going to hang this noose around your neck when it's all said and done, then that's the Lord's not dealing with you.
Right.
You know? Could you read some more into that, brother?
God. It says, I'm going to reread that part. It says, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented or subject to discrimination on the basis of identity or disability. It says these three notions, diversity, equity, inclusion, together represent three closely linked values which organizations seek to initialize through DEI frameworks. It says the concepts predate the terminology and other variations. Oh,
Stop right there. Read that part again where it said predates.
Okay, it says the concepts predate the terminology and other variations
Right there.
sometimes. Okay. And other
Right there.
variations
The
sometimes.
concept predates. Yeah, see where it says that the concept predates. Again, going back to civil rights.
That's right.
Real quick. I got something real quick. A little clip. We're going to hold it right there. Real quick. Let's go to, let's wind this back. Let's see. It was a clip that I had here on Brian Rustin. A guy named Bayard Rustin. And now this guy right here, he was actually the mastermind, give or take, behind the civil rights movement. But this man here was openly LGBTQ, you know, and he was the man that was behind Martin Luther King. You follow what I'm saying? Now, mind you, they idolized Martin Luther King, statues and monuments up there in Washington, D.C. But who was behind him was this man called Bayard Rustin. And we're going to grab this real quick. Let's see. God damn it. Like it. Hold up. Let's put it up here. Let's listen to see what he has to say. This damn phone. So like you. Go ahead and read more on it. Go ahead and read some more.
Okay, got you,
Damn
bro.
phone tripping now.
It
Go ahead and read some
says,
more.
together represent three closely linked values which organizations seek to institutionalize through DEI frameworks. The concepts predate this terminology, and other variations sometimes include terms such as belonging, justice, and accessibility. As such, frameworks such as inclusion and diversity, I&D, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. That's basically it. It says diversity refers to the presence of variety within the organizational workforce, such as in identity and identity politics. It includes gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, age, culture, class, and religion or opinion.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. Can you hear me?
Gone.
Can you hear me? You
Yep.
breaking up a little bit. You breaking up. Read that last part again. You kind of
Gone
breaking
is
up. Your signal bad.
gone. Okay. It's my gone. Got you. It's locked. It says
Where it goes into sexual orientation.
gone. It says it includes the identity politics includes gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, age, culture, class, religion, or opinion.
Right there. So you can stop right there. Goes
Uh-huh.
into your sexual orientation, gender. Now, what did Trump come up to say? He signed a presidential order saying what? That there was only two genders, right?
Right?
So
Yeah.
there was the grant, the framework laid out that he was going to do away with civil rights. And DEI ain't nothing but an outshoot of civil rights. It's the same thing. Once you get into
Exactly.
the cracks of it, it's the same thing. He said that he signed an executive order saying that there's only two genders. So
Mm-hmm.
therefore, you're not qualified to be doing this. You know, he just he just sent a letter to the Pentagon saying
Brother done got off there. All right. Uh, yeah, brother, be back. Um, Let me get a precept. Cause Jake, man, Jake, uh, Jake following in the ways of these heathen and want to be accustomed to them, where they gonna reap that same punishment too, as well, man. You know. This is Psalms 37, starting at verse 1. It says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity." Going back to, okay, con. Brother
Finish
was
it.
gonna keep okay. Going back to not wanting to be equal with these people, man. You know what I'm saying? So the scripture told you, says, thou be thou it says, "Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like grass, and wither as the green herb." You know what I'm saying? So Jake, man, 2/3 of our people, man, they gonna reap the same punishment as this devil, man. You know what I'm saying? Why they want to follow in the ways of the heathen, man. you know, as it says in First Maccabees, you know, and is all showing out and it's all planning out. But of course, wrath going to come upon Jake first. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? You know, of course that, because you are the Lord's people, man, and you done pissed the Lord off. So he gonna get on you first, man, just like a father would to his son. You got it.
I got a real
Con.
quick precept. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 10, and it reads. It says straight to the point, and it reads, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation." Who is salvation for? Who the only ones that qualify for salvation? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American, man. You know, who are the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You are the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are the Israelites, which the scriptures speak
Right.
of. Again, Revelation 12 and 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength. It says, and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, you know, and it reads, it says, which accused them before our power day and night.
That's right.
Now, again, I did a video of a few videos back where I asked Google, I said, who does these presidents, when these men take office, take the executive office, who do they go to at the UN and give complaint or lay blame to? Who is causing the debt, the civil unrest, you know, all the problems that plague a country? You feel what I'm saying? They get to go to the UN and air out their grievances, and that's them actually making a plea to their handlers. You follow what I'm saying? You know, this is we 32 trillion in the hole because of the so-called blacks. We 32 trillion in the hole because of the so-called Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and whatnot. And when I Googled that, it actually brought that up where it says that this immigration was cited as the most important problem, and indirectly saying that the Northern Kingdom is top tier a problem. And then another article said that the so-called blacks were a problem for equality. It says this in the article that the blacks are a problem for equality when they got into wanting democracy. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, Shalom, Yabashim Yahshua Barakatah. When you get into wanting to be equal and whatnot, they forced the hand of these people of this society to come about with those civil rights. You know what I'm talking about? And anytime that you take anything to court, it comes with court costs, legislation, the rearranging of people, societies, and groups, and all this. These things cost money. So they're laying this blame at the feet of you. And then on top of all of that, these other proxy groups, the LGBT, the feminist movement, Black Lives Matter, a whole slew of other different, you know what I'm talking about, they have latched on to you and have piggybacked the ride off you, got laws and legislations for themselves, and now being you was that catalyst to get them in the high places. Now the right is now coming out and say we're gonna save the day. It's because of this inclusion. It's because of this diversity. It's because of this equality that you got people in that damn that flying tower, that flight tower that wasn't qualified to be there. So we're gonna get rid of this. So they blaming you. But if you're not reading these documents, you don't know who the hell they talking about. You know. So Revelation 12 and 10 is this is coming to pass, man. You're gonna be blamed for all of these things, man. And what did he do? He signed an executive order to roll back what? Civil rights. Now it's D.E.I. And guess what? It directly leads back to the civil rights movement. Brother, got anything?
They used the goddamn to get the Jake on board. Shit, another blackface, so to speak. You know, use your black politicians, your different church leaders. You know, so on the narrative to accuse your ass, man, to set you up for failure. You know, and Jake conscious be fucking with him, but Jake be all for it because it's a benefit for them to deceive his own people, man. Just like you had in the Maccabees shit. Look, hey, you know, I'll make you a king of the friend if you do this. You had their ass go and eat pork, sacrifice swan's flesh. You know, it's same thing going on for this. You know, let me get a quick Jeremiah 9, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, "Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander." And that's what 2/3 of these jakes do, man. Oh man, what up, brother? You know, my black brother. But then they mind only got them about them. Me. What can I get about deceiving you? What can I get up out of this situation? Shit, it ain't gonna hurt me. Shit, fuck them. You know, it's about me and mine. It says, "And they will deceive everyone his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongues to speak lies." So you got a lot of these jakes politicking and shit, man. That's all they know is how to goddamn supplant and lie to get what they want. And they focus their lies and they're being supplantive to their own communities, man. You know, crab in the bucket. It says, "They have taught their tongues to speak lies and wear themselves to commit iniquity. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Through deceit, they refuse to know me," says Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's what these jakes do, man. These so-called black leaders today. They refuse to know Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They refuse to stand up for righteousness. Why? Because there's a lot of benefits in being deceitful. There's a lot of benefits of destroying your own people, you know.
Don, I got a precept for you. Tying it all together. This is Proverbs 22:5 in the NIV, and it reads, "In the paths of the wicked are snares and pitfalls,
And this
but
all
those who..."
that's all
You got it,
those
brother.
suit to that, you know, what is it? What is that shit? That when they got everybody together, that Martin Luther King era, you know, getting rid of segregation, shit like that. You know, everybody being equal, everybody being one. Let's go to school with them. Let's eat with them. Let's do business with them. You know, got it.
It says, "But
I'm
those
breaking up
who
real
would..."
bad over here.
What'd you say, Ak?
You got it out. It cleared up. That's on my end. All that. Can y'all hear me well? It's like I
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Okay, starting over. This Proverbs 22:5 in the NIV. "And the paths of the wicked are snares and pitfalls, but those who would preserve their life stay far from them."
Right, and how we preserve our life by staying in tune and intact with the scriptures, man. We Yahweh Shem Yahushua, not giving our energy over to this bullshit voting, you know, and arguing over goddamn the goddamn Republicans and the goddamn what's that other shit? The Republicans and who?
Democrats.
The
Democrats.
Oh man, we shouting out for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. This is where our vote go. This is where our life and our attention go. This is our campaign right here, holding up. It's just through the spirit, through prophecy, we just expose you damn devils like we're going into, you know, and letting Jake know like you done trusted in this guy, you done made lies your refuge, and the Lord is melting this place spiritually and about to be very soon physically, man.
If y'all if my brother ain't got a preset, I want to bring out this real quick article.
Okay. You got it. I had that Ezekiel. I thought you wanted that Ezekiel, brother. You got it.
Am I breaking up or am I stuck or what?
You good. You good, bro.
You good, brother.
Okay. I want to play this real quick article. This is Defense Agency halting Martin Luther King and Pride Month.
The Defense Intelligence Agency is hitting pause on several cultural and historical observances following President Trump's ban on diversity programs in federal agencies. According to a memo obtained by DIA, has suspended activities related to 11 annual events, including Black History Month, Pride Month, and Holocaust Days of Remembrance. The pause comes as federal agencies grapple with implementing Trump's executive order ending diversity, equity, and inclusion programs across the government. DIA says that it's working with the Defense Department on implementation, but for now, all special observance programs are on hold. The agency notes that while events around holidays like Martin Luther King Jr. Day are paused, the national holidays themselves remain unchanged.
Well, don't go anywhere. So you see, they doing away with this, man. You listen, man. We're getting rid of that king shit. We're getting rid of that pride shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because again, during the Biden administration, those people that Barack Obama's administration had actually signed legislation to give them rights and protections. You know what I'm talking about? Because there's laws to protect them as well. They have what you call a civil rights bill as well. You feel what I'm saying? What he did was set a precedent for the Biden administration to actually employ them, to empower them. Because Trump made a statement about how them folks that was in that air traffic control were not qualified, and it was directly connected to the Biden and the Obama administration. Again, going back to, man, that you are going to be to blame, man. They're getting rid of all this shit, man. You've been made a spectacle on the earth, man. These other nations are going to join on just like they joined on and condone all the shit that Jake co-signed. These other nations are going to co-sign this administration of Babylon the Great to do something to Jake ass. That's Jacob's troubles rolling up. Everybody going to turn on you. That's why what the brother just brought out in that song, where you said that our trust is in the Lord, man. Our trust is in the Lord. We can't be a friend of this system, man. We can't be, locked shoulder to shoulder with these people, man. Locked arm in arm with these people, like brothers in arms. Because the telltale signs of the signs show that you gonna be pointed out. You gonna be made the scapegoat. For lack of better word, you gonna be the scapegoat. But you brothers got it though. I just wanted to pull that right there. And there's some backlash behind that as well. I'm having technical difficulties. Esau don't want this to come out. Y'all can hear me? Okay. But if you brothers ain't got no precept, we're gonna I want to grab that Ezekiel.
I got
the 16th chapter and verse 32 in the NLT. Now, if you brothers got precept, y'all can bring it up.
Now we gonna get to the point. Brothers ain't got nothing, but you got it. This is Ezekiel.
And I just want to say this before we get that. I just want to say something before we get that. But now, Jake, you've been used up. You've been used up, and all this cooning and buffooning, it played itself out. Now Esau's going to show his true hand and show you what your worth is. Again, like I said, all these other ethnic groups, all these other different minorities, have piggybacked off you, and all have together have gotten what they was looking for to get out of your ass. Now, who said something? You got it.
Just to back you what you just said, all the Jakes that's cooning and buffooning, that shit about to backfire on them. All them Jakes.
Yeah. That's
hey,
that's basically in the word. That's what's gonna happen. It's in the backfire. You got it, bro. You got it.
I got. Oh shit.
This is Isaiah 56 in verse 10, and it reads, "His watchmen are blind; they are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs; they cannot bark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber." That's what Jake do. Jake goddamn know that this devil means us no good as a whole, but for a small benefit for his family, his pocket, he look past it and don't say nothing. It says, yeah, they are all greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds. Just like, let me keep reading, that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. And just like with you mentioned Martin Luther King, when it took him goddamn knowing that they was about to knock his ass off for him to say goddamn at the end that he led his people into a burning house. Motherfucker, you been knew that.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Come ye say, I will fetch wine and will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day and much more abundant." That's the mindset of Jacob. All about gain. They think as goddamn, they think that they're going to continue on with their wickedness and their lies, and that this devil is their friend. But if he using you to deceive your own people, how long till he goddamn get rid of your ass once the mission is accomplished?
Mm-hmm.
He letting you
Beautiful
know.
point, brother. Hey, that's a beautiful point, because guess what? What the scripture says, those that had consented unto them shall be what? Held in derision. Just roughly paraphrasing. So you have joined on to this man for your own personal gain, you and yours, you feel what I'm saying? And the ruin thereof has been for and it came at the ruin of your people. And you too, ultimately, because when it's all said and done, guess what? You're gonna ride the lightning too. And it's gonna be by his hand. You follow what I'm saying? So all this has been done for nothing, man. Just for you to have a little ease in this captivity, just for a moment now, just for a season.
I got you.
It was all, you know what I'm saying? There was no longevity in what you did. And you are seeing that right now as a whole, you so-called blacks, first and foremost, you so-called blacks that sat in at them damn lunch encounters and had them damn dogs biting you at the nuts, and then water hoses turned on your ass so you could turn around and teach your grandchildren to be coconuts and Oreos just like your ass. You feel what I'm saying? And then in the end, damn, the man still show his fame.
Hey, I got a precept.
Got something?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Con, I got one real quick going into it. This is Isaiah 30:3. And it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Right? And I'm gonna skip down to verse 7.
So start at the top.
You want me to start from the top? I just want to get a quick point.
Yeah,
I'll start from the top. This is Jeremiah chapter 30:1, and it reads, Isaiah 30:1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. It says, therefore the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
And ultimately, what's what? They're confused now. They're confused. Now they're throwing hissy fits. You see these LGBTQ commentators, you know, talking about on MSNBC, because there's a big backlash behind them not honoring MLK Day and Pride. And you had one of these girly men on MSNBC, one of their commentators or whatnot. He having a hissy fit and whatnot. Now you're ashamed. Now you're ashamed and confused. And these things are not to just be said as cliche. These things are actually happening. Now, whether you can see it within yourselves that this is the case, was we bring these scriptures out, that you yourselves that participate in this, if you can't acknowledge it within yourselves, you're set up for destruction, man, because you are confused and you are ashamed. But you're trying to save face, you know what I'm talking about, by coming on these platforms and acting like, you know, there's a political fix to all of this, you know what I'm talking about? But the Lord said you're gonna be ashamed because you trusted in this society. You trusted in the kings of Babylon. You did. You got it up.
Verse 7. And it reads, for the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. Now go write it before them in the table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that would not hear the law of the Most High Yahweh.
And they refuse to listen, man. Right to this very day, you know what I'm talking about? As things are turning for the worse for the so-called black man, woman, and child, as well as the Hispanic man, woman, and child, and the Native American man, woman, and child. As things are right now in present day turning for the worse. It's always been a bad situation, you know, always find ourselves in bad circumstances, but it's only getting worse. You turn on that damn news channel, there ain't no good news. It's always the next day is going to be something worse and worse. This man came into office, ain't been in office 10 days, and he dealing with a damn plane crash. You know, so that sets the tone of how the society is going to be moving, man. You know, there's nothing glorious about this, man. Day in and day out, you know, and again, it goes back to you not acknowledging your circumstances as a people, by and large. But the problem with Jake is just like brother brung out, they're focused on being individuals. You know, it ain't hurt me and mine. You feel what I'm saying? You can care less about somebody that look like him or her, you know. Mm-hmm. Brother's got some?
Yeah, I got some. But you know, see what Jake done been confused by is all those fake gifts, man. You know what I'm saying? Like even just not understanding that they were being used from the start. I was trying to find in First Maccabees when Alexander and that Roman king, you know, they was basically writing letters to Jake, man, because they knew that they plans couldn't go along or go ahead without Jake, man, because they knew that they were strong in power. You know what I'm saying? And they had the Lord on their side. You see what I'm saying? And that was in Maccabees, so they understand that they the actual initiation to get something started is through Jake, man. You know what I'm saying? But they gotta woo Jake some kind of way, and they know Jake love that little feel good moment, man. 2/3 of our people, man. And see, the scriptures tell you the gift destroys the heart, and that's what's going down right now. They being shocked because that man showing his true hatred towards them. This Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroys the heart, man." You see what I'm saying? Jake focus has been completely gone, man, because they've been enjoying the things of this society, enjoying the things of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And they done lost their true mind, and what's been going on the whole time, man. You know, Jake been set up. You know, you got it. You both got it.
Con, I got a quick precept going into it, and that Maccabees.
Okay, Con.
You know, just basically like shit, just not trusting this damn devil. Because again, once he's using you for whatever his agenda may be in the moment, you ain't nothing to him. You ain't nothing. You know, this is First Maccabees 1:28, and it reads, "The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion." That's when we being oppressed by Antioch. Okay, the Grecian. It says that he came back from conquering Egypt, you know, fucking over Egypt. He came torturing us, taking the sacking the temple, taking the showbread, the gold, so on and so forth. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the city of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, great army, and spake peaceably words unto them, these politicians, you know, politicking, running game, you know. It says tricking Jake, you know, running game on Jake, pimping Jake. It says, and he spake peaceably words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, meaning belief, they were believing in his words. The scriptures say, never trust thy enemy. The scripture also say his words were smoother than butter, but in his heart was drawing swords, man. It says he fell suddenly once they believed and once he got them comfortable, once he tricked them, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and poured down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and children took their captives and possessed the cattle. That's the same thing gonna happen in these times during Jacob's trouble. You got Jake doing all this fucking voting. Neither one of these damn presidents elects are for you. They puppets for the puppeteers, which the elites of the society, to goddamn put you Jakes back in goddamn captivity. But this time they want full control over you. That's why they're gonna come with that MOTB to goddamn seal the deal. Make your ass their goddamn full on goddamn ultimate slave, man. You know, and Jake gonna fall for what? The fear, about fear. Because they didn't believe in Yahweh. They choose the reproof of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So what? They're gonna bow down to the fear that the fear taxes that Esau used, man. But yeah, this is the person they vote for. They trust them. These damn devils. You know. None of them mean you no good. And Jake about to find that out very soon. Just as well as we found it out in the ancient time. Jake gonna find it out in modern day time because they put their goddamn trust in this devil, man. The scriptures say never trust thy enemy, man. And they would know that if they take heed unto the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah.
Come on, bro.
I got you a precept.
We see Issachar feeling it. Northern Kingdom feeling it now. You know, they be one. They the ones goddamn trying to be goddamn putting on their job application white, knowing your ass is Issachar, you know. But soon after Northern Kingdom, Judah getting it to these coon ass niggas, they don't get it to crab.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And get what?
Right.
Shit, they getting loaded up by their bloodline too. And they loading their ass up. That's a shit. You can't say you're a white boy. They know who your ass is when they come get you. But,
y'all seen that picture? Y'all seen that picture? Slacking for that. It says picture of the year. It says Latinos for Trump. And then they had police ICE, had him in handcuffs with his hard hat, came and got him on the job. What you just said, the Northern Kingdom gonna feel it too.
Yeah. Southern gonna get it too.
Okay.
That's the same thing. They believe the words. You know, you got them Uncle Tom ass niggas got the MAGA hats on, voting for Trump, singing and praying for Trump. You know, all they about to feel it just as well. When they believed in them words, shit, it's a rich and poor, free and bond. They gonna force everybody to bow down to the system, or your ass gonna get put down if you're not up there. So we seeing everything before it happened, prophesying. We see it. The scriptures warn us of it, but we seeing how everything playing out in real time, leading up to that time, the hour of temptation, when this devil come down with great wrath, fully turned up, Jacob's trouble. That's what you niggas.
Exactly.
Ain't
nobody out here copping the plea for y'all no more, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know, that time is come and gone, man. You know, again, you haven't taken heed to these words, to the men of the Lord who have been set up by the Heavenly Father, Yahweh outside through the Rakakudas. You still not taking heed at this particular time, man. Well, this man done took that deportation. He making good on that promise, man. He ain't bullshitting. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Just like the brother was saying, you know, hey man, you Northern Kingdom, you know what I'm talking about? And Northern Kingdom, man, you got it bad, man. Siding with these folks, man. Putting on your application, you white, this and that and the third. You know what I'm talking about? You act as though you Edomite, man. You know what I'm saying? You got it bad with that self-hate, hating your brother and whatnot. But lo and behold, guess what? That white boy know who you is. You know, he might try to jim his numbers up. Huh? You got it, brother.
This for you, Quadar. This Jeremiah 14 and 10 through 11. It say, thus says Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua unto this people. Thus have they loved to wander. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore, the Lord does not accept them. You know, like that one time out, that woman can't stay at home, neither keep us at home, busybody, whoring and tricking. That's 2/3 of our people, man. It's a whole. It say, thus says Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua unto this people. Thus have they loved to wander, playing the harlot. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore, the Lord does not accept them. He will not remember their iniquity and visit their sins. Then said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua unto me, pray not for this people for their good.
Yeah, there it is. That last part. Pray not for them, man. When you got your own people goddamn praying for your downfall, siding with the enemy, man. You know what I'm talking about? Doing all that they can to trip you up and whatnot. You know, you believe not in the Heavenly Father with all that mother worship, Mother Mary and Santa Maria and all that worship of the dead and all that crap there. You know what I'm talking about? So much so that y'all got pixel films going into that shit, cartoons and shit that steady putting that shit out there in the airways, man. Just showing your ass to the Lord, man. Being disrespectful. For lack of better word, just being straight up disrespectful, man. The Lord say, goddamn, look, man, he gonna deal with you accordingly. And you so-called Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Cubans and Venezuelans and Chileans, Brazilians, you know, Panamanians, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all all fall into that, man, because you Israelites, you know. But you choose to latch on to this society, man. And when that brother brung out in Isaiah 30 and 10, with the 30 and 3, where it says, you're going to be ashamed, man. You're going to be looking confused. You know what I'm talking about? Because these folks allowed you over here to gym up their numbers because they're their numbers are falling in the trash. You know what I'm talking about? They not reproducing themselves like such. So they skew their numbers by giving you a label of being white and whatnot, and that shit go to your head, man. Like the brother going to them gifts and whatnot, you know. Mm-hmm. But in the end, guess what? He gonna show his ass, man. He gonna show, and he doing that. That deportation, that's him showing his ass. Now you looking shocked and confused.
I got real quick,
shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Brother, this for you, Quadar. One more. This Proverbs 4:19. It said, well, I'm gonna start at 18. It say, but the path of the just is as a shining light, and shineth more and more unto the perfect day. Hey, we have Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to guide us through this bullshit, man. Took us out of that nigga culture, that black culture, man. That voting spirit and the Democrat and Republican, you know, all that old bullshit. It says, here it is. The way of the wicked is as darkness, and 2/3 of our people, they went after the wicked. So they're in darkness. And watch this. They know not at what they stumble. So now they look like you said, now they looking surprised. Shit.
Looking like they done seen a ghost or something. You know what I'm saying? All wide-eyed surprise and shit. You know what I'm saying? About clutch the pearls. What a sneaky thing to do. Yeah, that type of spirit on your ass, not looking all dumb and shit. You know what I'm talking about? You got it out. Go ahead.
This song.
I got one. If you brothers ain't got, if you brothers ain't got,
I got one.
Okay, come.
After the brother,
you brothers got to go ahead.
This Proverbs 2:11. It says, "Discretion shall preserve thee; understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things."
And what's discretion? Moral
discernment, man. Yeah, that's this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man, of the scriptures, man. Like the brother was just getting into. That's what protects you. That's what keeps you grounded, man. Keep you away from this. That's what brought you away from this, man. These scriptures, man. In that voting and trusting in your enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? And then also these times, that's as well showing who got really true faith, man. You know what I'm saying? Because by your reaction shows your faith as well. You know what I'm saying? Jake out here acting like they true Lord fearing people and they trust in the Lord, but they out here acting like they don't know what to do or who gonna save them, man. You see what I'm saying? But see, the understanding, wisdom, and knowledge should be the stability of our times, and we living in those times today, man. And it's showing forth who are really true Lord fearing people, man, and walking in like they talking. Lord willing, we are that number. You brothers got it.
Your mic muted. Y'all hear him?
Shalom.
I can't hear.
Can you brothers hear me now?
Yeah, come.
Well, I got one, brother. Salakia. I don't know what the hell that is. This is Jeremiah 17:5. And it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm." You know, brothers going into how Northern Kingdom, putting marking down white on their applications, and just trusting in man. Jake 2/3 of our people trusting in the system anyway, And but it says, "Cursed be the man that trusteth in man." Now you see that this devil is taking away all these things that Jake was holding dear to them, like the Black History Months and the holidays. Blaming Jake for it. Like the brother was getting into earlier. It says, Salakin. It says, "And make of flesh his arm," like the brother said earlier, constantly being a harlot, man, chasing after the flesh, man, putting his strength in the ways of the flesh, the ways of evil, man. It says, "And whose heart departed from the Lord," man. So y'all minds, 2/3 of our people, y'all mind is not focused on this, man.
That's right. That's because that gift, like I read, Ecclesiastes 7:7, that gift destroyed their heart, man. That's what they thought. They thought they had equality with these motherfuckers because they had so-called holidays and shit just like them, man. The whole time it was a setup. You brothers got it.
Right, to make them believe that they was on the same level.
Hey, glad
and the brother was getting into that earlier, huh? Salakia, what you was saying?
Go ahead and make your point, brother. You got it.
Okay, Salak. But I'm gonna finish this verse out. It says, verse 6: For he shall be like the heat in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, and in a salt land, and not inhabited. So you're gonna be in the fucked up way, man. In the part when you need water, when you need food, you're gonna be in the parched places, not knowing what the hell going on, because you putting your trust in this devil, man. 2/3 of our people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Con. Grab that. We're gonna brothers got in the precepts. We about to wrap it up. My phone about to die, but I want to make one other point before we grab that. Again, going back into trusting in this system of thing, our grandparents and great grandparents and parents and whatnot, they fought for these rights to vote. They fought for the rights to be so-called equal to the people of the society. They fought for this and they fought for that. They fought for education to sit at the same, and all this shit came at a price. Because I want to say this and then we can move on. They didn't want you there with them regardless. That's why your ass had to fight. Notice the key word being you fought for these things. You didn't have sense enough to just leave well enough alone, man. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm saying that to say this. How did you think the shit was going to turn out good for you in the end when you had to fight for it in the beginning? It's been a resistance against, against you taking part in anything. You feel what I'm saying? But that's you turning your face away from the Lord, man. Want to join on to these people. And now that they dialing back these so-called rights that they've afforded you since the 60s and whatnot, now you're crying and running around here acting all confused and whatnot. Because they finna script you that, of being able to commandeer high places and you in here dressed like goddamn Ronald McDonald. You know what I'm talking about? They finna get rid of your ass, man. That degenerate behavior, you know what I'm talking about? And this is by way of the Lord, man. They finna get rid of all that shit, man. So, be mad. You know what I'm talking about? You went out here and played that hole, and in the end, you didn't get nothing out of it. You know what I'm talking about? You just got to relax in their society and become high-paid rappers and high-paid basketball players and politicians and whatnot. You feel what I'm saying? And in the meantime, in between time, you couldn't do nothing for your folks as if you wanted to anyway. And now here the end results. We're at the end of all of this now. Your ride is about over with, just like Esau. You feel what I'm saying? They go hand in hand. The wicked of my people and the wicked. You finna get your judgment, man. You got a precept, brother?
Work and got busted up for free. But I got that Ezekiel 16.
Yeah, bring it out.
This is Ezekiel chapter 16, starting at verse 32, in the NLT, the New Living Translation. It says, "Yes, you are an adulterous wife who takes in strangers instead of her own husband."
Yeah, and according to Jeremiah, Jeremiah 6:2, the Lord likened the daughter of Zion, to the nation of Israel, like a comely and delicate woman, man, a beautiful woman. And the Lord, and what does these women say out here? I need a man to provide for me, take care of me, this, that, and the third for me. And the Lord provided us with all of that, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to be that adulterous woman, that adulterous nation, and wanted to hang out with everybody. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
Go ahead. I'll start back at the top.
Back at 32, it says, "Yes, you are an adulterous wife who takes strangers instead of her own husband, who takes in strangers instead of her own husband." It says, "Prostitutes charge for their services, but not you."
All you wanted was to have the right to vote, man. That's all. You wanted a pat on the head. You didn't want to do away with systemic racism, where you can buy homes equally to these people. You didn't want to be economically bagged up. You didn't want none of that, man. They took your homes, your houses, made goddamn lakes over lands that you had and all that. You know what I'm talking about? All you wanted to do was vote. That's all your ass wanted out the deal. Everybody else that latched onto you and got in that Trojan horse with you got something out the deal. But you out here for a lot of better words, goddamn, you out here tricking for free. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, "You give gifts to your lovers, bribing them to come and have sex with you." So And so you are the opposite of the other prostitutes. You pay your lovers instead of their paying you.
Damn.
Well, what you pay with, man, you pay with your morals, man. You give over your
Yep.
children and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You have no standards. You've been reduced to a degenerate, man.
Degenerate.
You feel what I'm saying? These people still have somewhat of that culture. Moab can come over here and have 3 generations of goddamn, and they be English speaking, but then they'll go back home and still have some semblance of their culture and whatnot. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't truly sold all the way out. You, on the other hand, you truly sell all the way out, man. And give away your finances, you know what I'm talking about, as far as your intellect and all of these different things, man. For what? To be included, to have diversity, and to be equal in this society, man. That was your cost. You paid the most precious thing. You know what I'm talking about? Yourself. You got it up.
It says, therefore, you prostitute, listen to this message from the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says, because you have poured out your lust and exposed yourself in prostitution to all your lovers, and because you have worshipped distastable idols, and because you have slaughtered your children as sacrifices to your gods, this is what I am going to do. I will gather together all your allies, the lovers, with whom you have sinned.
Wait a minute, stop right
Both
there. All your allies, your lovers, going into Black Lives Matter, feminist movement, LGBT. Go ahead, up.
to whom it says, but those who loved you and those you hated, I will strip you naked in front of them so they can stare at you. I will punish you for your murder and adultery. I will cover you with blood and my jealousy and fury. Then I will give you to these many nations who are your lovers, and they will destroy you. They will knock you down. They will knock down your pagan shrines and the altars to your idols. They will strip you and take your beautiful jewels, leaving you stark naked.
There it is, man. And the Lord gonna turn you over to that, like it says in Romans, the 1st chapter. He'll give you over to that, man. That's what you want. That's your lust and whatnot. I give you over to that, man. And that's basically what happened to 2/3 of our people, man. And that process has begun, man, with this president, with this administration, with all these damn executive orders, man. That's the will of the Lord, man. Your punishment has begun. 1 Peter 4:17. The Lord said, I'm gonna start at my house, man. I'm gonna start with you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Now you can sit here and be bewildered and walk around here like you don't know what the hell going on. But sooner than later, you're gonna have to acknowledge, man. You're gonna have to accept. You're gonna have to acknowledge. You're gonna have to come to your worst fears and say it is what it is. What those men have been saying out there on the highways and edges, speaking for the Lord, for the true God of the Bible, of the Scriptures, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That man be telling the truth the whole time, man. And you're gonna be made to say that. You know what I'm talking about? You think you're gonna live your life fancy free and scot free and not be accountable for your actions, playing dumb, you know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, so what if some don't believe? The will of the Lord gonna be done. And you're not gonna be walking around here all willy-nilly and thinking that the end all be all is that you live your life and none of these things that the Lord has said in these scriptures that have been prophesied by these men, none of that came to pass. And you be justified in your wickedness, man. No, that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna be justified, you know what I'm talking about? And you're seeing it now. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you know it deep down within yourself that it's true. But
I got
me up. Okay, come on.
Because the doors of mercy still open. If this message get out to you, hey, repent, turn from your ways, man, and acknowledge how about Shemi Awashah for that door of mercy closed. And we're heading towards that, man. Okay, well, they're gonna goddamn take us off the streets, first shut the internet down, or sense of the internet where goddamn the Bible and preaching the Bible, you know, the Hebrew Israelite movement, so to speak, you know, is going to be deemed hate speech, anti-Semitic, you know. But while the doors of repentance are open, hey, should turn back, Jake. But this is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 20. Surely as a wife treacherously departed from her husband, so have you dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, says Yahweh Shem Yahushua. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplications of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way, and they have forgotten the Lord their power. It says, return, ye backsliding children, and I will heal your backsliding. Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, our power. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitudes of mountains. Truly in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, our power is salvation of Israel. And that's the mindset we have to continue to have, man. The Lord is our salvation, not these heathen nations. Right. So no matter what they offer you, what they try and convince you with, it look good, smell good, might even taste, feel good. It is not it. If it does not come from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, it has no benefit for you in the long run. This does. This comes with what? A retirement plan. You know, green pasture, retirement, you know, comfort, peace of mind, living for eternity, being joint heirs with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Nothing Esau can offer you can compare to this. Nothing. Being put in our own lands, having dominion. Okay? That's what we have, man. So, hey, we're exposed to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and that's that. You trick off, you get off.
Hey, cuz. Hey, and with that, Lord, hey, come. Hey, and with that, Lord, when it was edifying live stream, and we're gonna close out by giving infinite honor, praise, and glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodas. Double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elders, the heads of camps. Calm Yashala. Baba Ball. Baba Ball. Hey, Shalom.